Just got to the charts, running a little bit late this morning. We are getting a holdup at yesterday's point of control. There's a pre-market ebb and flow signal, which I don't always take, especially if we're coming up to a level like yesterday's point of control. The official ebb and flow rules are to wait for the first 5-minute candle to close at 9:35. There's no signal on the 9:35 candle. We had a green entry candle and a background on the trend in reversal. Never broke above the high. Same issue. Yesterday's point of control is right here. Want to make sure we break above that. This yesterday's point of control is also right at whole number at 300. There is news at 10 o'clock. Red flag news. I go to forexfactory.com to check and see if there's any news reports. It's a totally free site. What I used when I first started out trading Forex back in 2007. Still using it. Just waiting to see if we're actually going to have a significant break above this level. The delta has been a mixed bag this morning, at least from what I can see. I didn't start loading until 9:34, 9:35. I could turn tick replay back on. There's the tick replay data enabled. Still looks like a mixed bag. We had a red entry candle, red trend background at the open. We never closed below that candle. No trade triggered there. Also, we're butting up against some cosmic levels. Not that everyone's going to have those indicators on their charts, but the main ones I recommend are yesterday's point of control, yesterday's high and low and close. VWAP absolutely, 20 SMA on the 1 minute and the 5 minute, and the built-in pivot points, and also manually drawing your own support and resistance levels on a higher time frame. I'm going to turn the tick replay back on the ES as well. We're just chopping between the 20 SMA and yesterday's point of control on the 1 minute here. Lots of positive delta on the ES so far this morning. That was helpful information. I should have had loaded. Had a nice move up in the ES, staying above the 20 SMA here. I was slightly interested in a break above this candle, just because we're above yesterday's point of control. There's a green entry candle as well. Could have taken a break above that at 14. I would have rather taken a break when the background first changed above 10. Could have got a quick scalp in there. I'm not seeing anything that I like. I absolutely do not take every single signal on any indicator that I use. I'm factoring in the whole picture. Delta, volume profile, key levels, multiple time frames, volatility, time of day, price action. There is no one magic indicator that's going to tell you when to buy and sell 100% accurately all the time. If we close down on this 5 minute, that'd be a nice wick. I wanted to hit the short button there. Saw this big candle coming in, moving way below the 20, breaking below this previous low. Looking to retest this low. Looks like we just retested that low. Just waiting for the best of the best. We got an entry candle and a red background, so close below, take an entry at 53. There it goes. 10 points instantly in about 5 seconds if you took that trade. Look at how nice this entry candle looks. Big, juicy entry candle. A lot of delta coming in. This is the first trend color change with the trend background, and we get a nice big entry candle right away as well. When we broke below the low here, we just dropped down right to VWAP. Over 20 points. I'm always going for 5 to 10 point scalps. You saw we got the 10 points right away in a few seconds. Also had an ebb and flow short on the 5 minute there. Closed that 5 minute candle, got in at 52, just came down to 31, over 20 points. I have not taken any trades yet. I'm kind of busy jabbering on the video. I also just want to make sure I'm completely comfortable and confident in any entry that I make, win, lose, or draw. I just want to feel like I made the absolute best decision every time I place a trade. VWAP is holding up on the NQ. We got a nice bounce there. Almost a 30-point bounce off of VWAP. Bouncing again over 10 points. Love the VWAP. Just looking back real quick, these two red entry candles, I mean, they're tiny, dinky little wicking candles in the opposite direction, number one. Number two, waiting for a confirmation after the entry signal. We never broke below lower on either of these entry candles. Gotta wait for confirmation, and I also like to factor in price action, delta, key levels, the whole shebang. Definitely staying aware of the upcoming news the closer it gets to 10 o'clock. We're about 9 minutes away. I'm going to be extra cautious when we have high impact news coming up soon. So far, this trade is a standout trade, and this ebb and flow trade. On the 5 minute, we didn't have anything on our way until the pivot point. Plenty of room to get a 10-point scalp in. There's an instance where having too many levels might get in your way of taking a trade. I had these cosmic levels at 54. Kind of made me think twice about getting in the short. Overanalyzation and too much shit on your charts is a real thing. I feel like for myself, I have the perfect balance. Everyone's going to be a little different. Everyone's got to find their own perfect balance. We got as low as yesterday's close. Yesterday's close area is holding up so far. Got a second ebb and flow signal. What we're up against right now is yesterday's close and the overnight open. Want to see it break below there. The other thing we're up against is the news is coming out in just a few minutes. Also coming up to VWAP on the ES. If we would have just taken the break lower, 2075. Looks like we got down to 11. There we go. There's 10 points on that ebb and flow signal. Two equal titties here. The nipples are poking out right around the same level. We could be getting drawn down to this other major area of volume on the 3-day volume profile. This is my daily volume profile. This is my 3-day volume profile. Those are some nice titties. Very symmetrical. We're getting a nice bounce off of VWAP on the ES over here. Nice 5-point bounce on the ES. Another reason to have an ES chart up if you're trading the NQ. Looking out for major areas of support or resistance on the ES can definitely affect where the NQ might have a hold up as well. Some days I take a bunch of trades. Today I got a late start. Want to make sure I'm in a healthy mental state. We got 10 o'clock news in 15 seconds, so just being patient. News is out. Pivot point held up there. Just waiting to see if we broke above the pivot point. Right, we broke below the lows here. ES is trying to break below VWAP. Looks like we might make it to this nipple. High volume area. I was tempted to take the break of this entry candle, red entry candle, around 77. We just dropped 10 points. Had plenty of delta coming in. That was a good opportunity. Got a reversal signal. Got a green entry candle. A break above would be more aggressive. I definitely want to have some other reasons to take that. So far I do not have any reasons. We're coming up right to whole number. Taking a break above this reversal candle did work out. 97 up to 18, right up to the 20 SMA. Nice 20-point move right there. There's been some opportunities. All right, we're getting a nice move up. About to break above the high of the news candle. We haven't really closed above VWAP. So far we're wicking off the pivot point, hovering around VWAP. Want to see a strong close above VWAP and above the pivot, or wait for this to break above this last high here, or see some more delta coming in. Right now we're moving higher and delta is waning a little bit. Just looking at this overall down move we've had this morning on the 15-minute chart. Came down to this high volume area on the 3-day profile. Bounced back up so far. Almost took a scalp right there too. A little red entry candle. It's a tiny little thing. You're breaking below overnight open and the 20. Just came down to 05. There's 10 points. I am not taking trades left and right. Red entry candle. Closed below the 20. Red background. I was feeling it more up here when we had this first entry candle and just freshly breaking below the 20. After this big retracement up, I'm not super convinced we're just going to move right back down. I'm going to wait to see if we might be forming a higher low here. I'd much prefer to get on the first entry candle right after a white entry candle, if possible. I'd like to see break above VWAP and the pivot point and try to take out this last high. It's getting close to 10:30. I might not even take a trade today. I also got some terrible sleep last night. I'm definitely about to go take a nap. It's also something you definitely want to factor into your trading. It's your mental state. You want to make sure you get enough sleep and are in a good mental state to trade. Things like getting enough sleep and being in a healthy mental state actually are some of the most important parts of trading. There was the trade I was talking about. I was looking for a retest of these highs. I saw that it was most likely about to happen. Some nice delta coming in. We had a green entry candle beforehand. We were breaking above VWAP. I wanted to hop in early in case we did a little poke and a fake out breakout, which so far we got a little poke and then a big 12-point retracement. So I got in early. I also had moved my take profit down a little bit. Happy with that decision. So on my one trade that I took today, up almost 600 bucks. I got 5 points on 3 accounts. Traded 2 contracts. Tempted to take this break lower. I should have taken this trade, apparently. We had an entry candle there. We were about to break below these previous lows back here. 89 to 77. We got 10 points in under a minute there. Well, as much as I'd like to get in one more trade, I think I'm going to call it a day. I really hope you got some good ideas for your own trading, and I hope you got some good insight from my narrative as I'm scanning the markets, looking for trades, seeing how I'm using some of these indicators, see how I'm factoring in the whole bigger picture, different time frames, key levels, volume profile, delta, moving averages, VWAP, time of day, volatility, news, all the good stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a subscribe. I'm taking these trades on my Apex Trader funding accounts. Still another day to get the 80% off over at Apex. If you use code MonkeyMan at Apex, you always get the best price and you help support the work that I do on this channel. There's links to all the indicators that I'm using in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.